They'll be calling you a radical. A lot to talk about. First and foremost, I'm going to collect my 50 million. Putin put out the reward, 50 million. And it's the second that happened, you know, I had just gotten into New York City at 5 o'clock in the morning, shot that video right up Teddy's ass, right up the freaking git. The Lusitania on Balco. Here we go. The same old playbook they use over and over, even with all this technology. Everything that we've come through, everything we do, it's the same old neo-feudalism on Balco. So, you know, I've been very, very sad the last few days thinking about, you know, I got to tell you, I don't talk enough about it because it's I mean, you think about it this year. Holy Moses, 2015. When I get really down or I get really sad, I dig out my old books. You know, lots of people have sent me. I love Picasso, by the way. The master. Oh, beyond the master. I remember I went to New York here, what was that, last year, 2014. I've been so many places that just to see the black and white show. But you know, so many places, gone so far. You know, the whole gig in Europe, Vienna. But, you know, I've been thinking a lot about my walk along the one. And I think the one night in the whole cancer fight, besides I came out of the Bomber on the whole Fukushima fight, that really puts into context what this is. One night, I had slept on the cliffs at Gorda. And, you know, just took my sleeping bag, just went in the woods. There's nobody there. There's nothing there, right on the cliffs. And I mean, they're cliffs. And there's nobody. I mean, even at night, no cars, no sound, no nothing, just the ocean. You're all by yourself. Yeah, in California. And you could hear the elephants bark. You know, there's a lot of them starving to death. You could hear that ocean crashing, the sky. You know, it's just you out there. You know, in your sleeping bag, you're just laying there where, you know, people have probably walked along and just laid in there for centuries, all by yourself. And, you know, I had a dream, and I would dream, and, you know, I dreamed of my dad. I dreamed of so many of these people that have not lost, this fight, this leukemia fight. You know, and I thought so much about the Pacific Ocean. I thought about humanity, and I thought, well, really, it puts it so much into context. There's 50 million people living in the state of California. On any given day, there's probably more than 50 million people in California. Here you are, in California, probably the most beautiful place in all of California. And there you are all by yourself. And that's when it really hit me that it doesn't matter if there's 100 billion, gazillion, trillion fucking people on Earth. Or, you know, we go back to when California had, you know, the natives they slaughtered. I think a Russell means a lot. You know, and I got to tell you, through this whole path, I think of the natives that raised me out there. I think tomorrow I'm going to go out there and do some meditating out there. I think it'll help me. I don't live far from the City of Rocks. It's beyond sacred. I earned my red feather. I really finally have earned my red feather. You know, I didn't think I had ever do that. I didn't think it was possible that I could do that. You know, I'm an artist activist. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life. I've been very, very, incredible extremes. But I got to tell you, you know, when Fukushima happened, there was part of me that was actually happy. I was like, this is it. It's over. It's over. You know, you can see those early videos. I'm, you know, telling you probably short the fish market, you know, because I was trading heavily in those days in my stock portfolio. And, you know, I thought, well, the world's going to come in. The world's going to rush in. They're going to make the DOE, the American military complex, going to have to fucking stand down. This evil fucking cabal. I know how big it is. I know how evil it is. I know how crazy it is. They're going to have to fucking stand down. There's no way This is it. You know, and I screamed and yelled and went, it's exact. I look back on it, wow, whoa, whoa. And I used to say it. Remember when I used to say back in those days, 4 or 5 years, you'll be seeing people, you know, regurgitate and it'll catch up. And remember how many times I said it, that you'll go 3, 4, 5 years and I'll get this email. And I said this. I said this 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago, hundreds if not thousands of times, beyond a broken record. I said, you're going to get people coming to me and they're going to say, I used to think you was completely insane. I used to think you were fucking crazy. You're not fucking crazy. It's happening. You know, and it doesn't matter. I knew that the marine biologists, they don't know how to study the ocean. Look, we've created this fucking place. And if you don't believe me, it's like, okay, it's like clothing on women, I think, is the biggest thumbprint you can really identify how much the herds are going along with whatever. So, look when the stretch pants got popular here just a few pants, the tight stretch pants on females just a few years ago. I mean, every fucking female in the world has them on. That's what it is. That's what Fukushima is. You know, everybody's gone along. Everybody. Doesn't matter if there's 7 billion people, 50 million. I'm out there at Gordon. I'm thinking to myself, are you kidding? You know, not another person. How pristine, how beautiful. You know, the sea lions barking, or excuse me, the elephant seals, which they probably have for hundreds of millions of years. You know, I was thinking, right before Fukushima happened, I was in New York, and you know, the blue whale at Teddy's house is gone now. They have a fake one in there. But I remember when I was a little kid, I'd see that fucking blue whale, and oh my God. I'd never been so fucking turned on and excited in my life. I mean, I used to have dreams about that fucking whale. When I was a kid, we'd drive from Utah. My dad was nuked in the Nevada test site, had incredible fucking seizures, and he was all fucked up in the hospitals of fucking San Diego. You know, we'd go back and forth from San Diego. We'd go back and forth from San Francisco with my grandparents in the car. I was so autistic, and I was so in tune. My senses were so fucking in tune. And we'd be going along there, and I would start to have like these seizures, and I'd start to shake. They weren't even seizures. And, you know, my grandparents, my grandmother would be freaked out, you know, and my mom, you know, and they'd pull her, and my twin sister would tell them, no, 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 he's fine, he's fine. You know, she'd hold my hand and say, he can smell the ocean, Grandma. He can smell it. I used to get so excited and so turned on. In, you know, same thing here. You know, the marsh here. I got to tell you, and this is for real, I've never been so heartbroken as I have in the last few days. And it's not, I'm depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm very mentally sound. I'm very physically sound. I'm fucking heartbroken. For real. I'm going to tell you right now. I've been hardly been able to even keep it together the last few days. You know, I just break down and start crying. This has never really happened to me ever in my whole life. Even when my father died, even when, you know, Annika died, you know, all these things, you know, I kept it together. Here it is, you know. The Pacific Ocean is fucking dying. You know, the greatest ecosystem in the world. My little grandson's not going to get to see what I got to see. You can ask any single person that goes with me when I go to California. You can ask anybody since I was a little kid. Ask John Cherry. Ask, you know, Lori. Ask any of these people. When I go, ask Patrick McCormick. You know, ask anybody. Ask Joe at Avila on the pier. I tell them, I'll take you someplace and we'll see whales. People that live there forever up and down, they say, yeah, you know how rare that is? I said, oh no, oh no. You just tell everybody that. I've always told everybody that. I know every little secret place. I know where to go. And they always come up to me. So Joe's sitting there, and he's a wildlife photographer on Blue Hearts on Valentine's Day. I'm so in tune. I didn't know it was called the Mama's Heart Fin, because Shumash told me. Here comes the whole family. The whole family of seals come up to see me. They talk to me, and they're talking to me, and I'm talking back to them. You know, we're out there at Point Reyes. I mean, the entire pod of humpbacks. That little, I mean, we're just walking along. There's the baby little leopard seal. Right there. Happens every time I go. My whole life, I'm along there. You know. Since I got cancer, I've been up and down. I've been on every single pier. Holy Capitola is the last one. Donna took me over there. You know, she showed me, wow. Wow. How can anybody live there? How can, as she says, Donna will say, I have a front row seat to this catastrophe. How can you not be fucking heartbroken? You know, as I hypothesized, Fukushima's going to kill the Pacific Ocean. It's going to kill the Pacific Ocean. You know, you've heard me say 100 times. I've never. That's why I called it genocide. Russell Means, who I loved. I absolutely loved him. My mom was a teacher at the Intermountain Indian School, Brigham. I'm going to write a book about that place too. All the Navajos. It just shows the evolution of even the people. Oh, do I remember what the Navajos looked like when I was a boy. The boys, the girls, the men, the women. They were the most beautiful people, still, the most beautiful people I've ever seen in my life. Lean, skinny, strong, perfect hair, chiseled faces. Oh my God. You know, they would dance. I mean, wow. Oh, wow. Russell Means, he says, you came here with your Christianity. You came here. You white Anglos came here. You're looking for heaven. You're looking for heaven. Always looking for heaven. Before you got here, we had heaven. We had no jails. We had no locks. We had no disease. When I was a kid, it was still kind of heaven here. The muskrats are gone. All gone. The jackrabbits are gone. I grew up out here. I was so lucky to grow up. The tundras are gone. The screeching frogs are gone. Fireflies are gone. The toads are fucking gone. I mean, completely gone. Extinct. Extinct. Somebody's asking me, you know, we were talking about great lawyers and Karen Silkwood. I'm going to tell you this. I should, you know, well, I'm going to say it. Probably the original Anonymous, the guy who probably really started the whole thing in reality. I've known him for a long time, a very long time. So one person I trust through this whole thing as far as real information that get leaks to me, and I get a lot of good information. I shouldn't say one person, I mean I know now. I mean I have hundreds of people that I really trust that send me stuff, but that would tell me this, that I would believe them, that actually scare me. It's very hard to scare me. I got a call right as I was getting ready to go to D.C. Kevin, can you meet me? Yeah, where? I didn't even know who it was. I got to really talk to you, it's important. He didn't even tell me who. I'm not going to tell you where, just meet me. You know, he says, you know this certain bar in Brooklyn, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I know where it's at. Meet me, I'll be sitting on the end corner. So I walk in there. There he is, I haven't seen him in a long time. He said, don't go to D.C. Don't go to D.C. Your life's in danger. I said, really? I said, well, I was thinking about staying here anyway, because I like this group, you know. I want to pay homage to Aaron Swartz. He says, look, Kevin, I'm telling you, they're going after you, and they're going after you hard. And he says, attraction. And he says, don't go. He says, I know. Nobody could ever tell me that. No one, except him. You know, there's even a picture of he and I out there. I won't tell you who he is, because no one ever find out who he is. You'll never know who he is. I'll take it to my grave. It's like here. I've been so involved in the activist community and so involved with the academia and the universities and everything. For years and years, a friend of mine used to tell me, I know who Deep Throat is. This is clear in the 70s. I know it's my uncle. Really? Oh, bullshit. No, I know who he is. He told a lot of people that. This right here. I says, I believe it. Mormon, I believe it. Right here, Big Daddy, Utah, yeah, I believe it. How long was he able to keep that secret? He kept it secret right till before he was dying. Then his daughter come out and did a press conference. Here it is, right here. You don't think they can keep secrets? Oh, they can keep fucking secrets. I've been very, very fucking heartbroken the last few days. Not that, what he told me. I know because I got the email from Snowden when Snowden did his dump. When Snowden did his dump, people have been digging through, they found a document that NSA says that anti-nuclear activists and environmentalists and all activists, they have a program to shuffle them around in the internet and, using PR firms, which I've known. Hell, they try to tee me up every which way loose, Canada, all over. This has happened to me so many times, my whole life, long before this YouTube camera. But there was a email out there that he sent out there that they want to kill me. I'm like, oh my God, it's real. So, I keep doing what I do. Is my life in danger? Oh yeah. And I think of Karen Silkwood all the time, and Jerry Spence had an office here in Utah. He was so famous here in Utah. His beautiful office right in Salt Lake City. Somebody says, well, we need, and I says, they're extinct. They're completely extinct. Jerry Spence was the last one. America's a herd of cowards. North America's a herd of fucking cowards. Just like out there on the cliff. How could this be? You're the only one. Not a car, not a peep, not a sound, not a fucking light. Not a fucking one. And I'm talking for miles. In a place that's surrounded by 50 million. There's not one single fucking attorney out there. Ken Buesler says it the best. He says it better than anyone. He says it. There's no one studying the ocean. You think about that, the billions we've spent in agencies, and I love I got a dolphin tattooed on my ass. I love the sea seals, the sea lions. I love the whales. I love it. Let's go out watching the millions of people. Let's go swimming with the dolphins. It's all cliche. Is that possible? None of them know how. When I was in the Monterey Aquarium, I was walking. My feet really hurt that day. And I got to tell you, I think those are some of the best videos I ever shot because I absolutely love John Steinbeck. I got to do some things. I got to see some things in Moss Landing. I got to sleep with the pickers underneath the underpasses. That's where they sleep. I have videos. I have a lot of videos I haven't put up. I go in there. There's an old retired. That's what they do. That's a great aquarium, by the way. But they ruined Cannery Row. The old railroad, the old Santa Fe. She calls me the last San Diegan. I used to ride that train. San Diegan. I could smell that fucking ocean. I had fucking never been so heartbroken in my fucking life. She says to me, Kevin, I've been waiting for you to get here. I've been watching your videos. You're here. We tracked the grays. They're giving birth at Carmel. I just come off the beach. I slept at Carmel. Asked Bree and Bree. Bree and Bree showed me. They tucked me in there. I slept in that cove. Oh my God, wow. Asked Patrick McCormick. I had to call him and say, hey, I got no Wi-Fi out here. Tell me where high tide. What time high tide? Because that's the danger. That turned into a waterbed to kill you fast. Sleeping on the beach. I know that. I've done a lot of times in my life. Wow, what a night that was. Wow, what a freaking... I'll never forget it. That night sleeping in Carmel. Wow. Whoa, what a... That cove. Whoa, it's so spectacular. She says, my son and my daughter are both marine biologists. UCLA, Stanford. They don't care, Kevin. They don't care. I says, yeah, they're for the money. No one cares, Kevin. I care. And I talked to her husband. We had great talks. He was amazing. 14 dead oarfish, a blue whale. They're going to put it up and stuff it. Put it on Newport Beach thing. They've closed all the crabbing. They've closed all the sardines. Pacific Ocean's fucking dying. We're the generation that fucking caused the greatest ecosystem on Earth, the mighty blue lady. I've been thinking a lot the last few days. I saw a coyote out here. I've never seen a coyote here. Today. Out across. The jackrabbits used to have ears this big here. The muskrats, I used to just live by the hundreds of thousands across this giant marsh. These corporate welfare dairy farmers call themselves good Christians. Tore out the trees that my great-great-grandparents planted. The very first people here, well, I shouldn't say people. The natives were still here when I was a boy. You know, I have lots of them. Right here, I have all kinds of stones that I find all over here. Walt Stegner. My grandparents were very close friends with Walt Stegner. Very, very close. Like his best friend, my grandpa and grandma. I used to always think of the line he used to tell me when I was a kid. He used to go on these rants about Stanford killing all the natives. He told me the stories when I was a young boy about him putting bounties on their ears, kill big ones, little ones, just slaughter them. He's the one that told me they cut down 96. I remember the first time I ever got to see Sherman and the big fucking sequoias. I was like, oh my God. You know, wow. And he was telling me about him cutting them down. I'm like, look at him. And then I heard the story about they cut down the oldest tree here in Utah. Killed the oldest freaking, the biggest, 2 years ago. Killed the biggest mule deer on earth. He used to come up and eat right out of my hand. I stuccoed the thing out of the antelope. Eat right out of my hand. Kill him. They fired both DNR rangers out there. I knew them both for going against it. The state of Utah fires them both. He says, if you think the Germans invented genocide, you know nothing about the American West. That's what means they killed 100 million. 100 million. Big ones, little ones. Why should I be surprised? As I slowly go on, I wrote all that poetry in tents. You know, California. 167. The youngest cultural theme park. It's not even culture. Youngest theme park in history. Every pier is exactly the same. You can't tell one from the other. I've been on every fucking one. Videos to fucking prove it. On all of them. Wow, what a journey it's been. You know, who would I... You know, I hypothesized it was going to kill the Pacific Ocean. I hypothesized it was the greatest ecological catastrophe in years. I hypothesized the drought. I hypothesized, and so many people that watch it know, in such a Cassandra-like way, the chemo, the fucking leukemia, predicted my own fucking cancer. Predicted my own survival. Gets all odds. You know, who can do a fucking video telling you get out of gold the day it's fucking, its peak. All-time peak, not to the day. I did it. Who can do a fucking video saying fucking get out of gold at 48 to the fucking day, right when it peaked? I did it. Wow. But it doesn't fucking matter. You know, the whales come up and see me, the sea lions come up and see me, the elephant seals come up and see me. You know, I'm standing right there at San Simeon. You know, oh God, I've never seen the ocean so freaking here, you know, I'm from Michigan, and go home and raise your fucking grandkids. Get right up in the young Hispanic boy. Oh no, I work for that foundation, Kevin. Here's the number you call. We've already rescued 60. They're starving to death. That incredible photograph that's on the cover of Rolling Stone says it all. They're starving to death, lined up at the mouth of the Columbia River. The liars, none of them know how to study the ocean. Doesn't matter. 50 million people come, and I'm out there all by myself. I'll never forget the dreams I had that night. Some of the, wow. You know, my father came to me in that dream that night, Sri Lanka. You know, I think about the blue whale, gone at Teddy's house. Now he washes up, starved to death. They say right up, he had a thin layer of fat. They're all starving to death. Algae plume, oh, the comeback of Monterey Bay. The same day I'm in Vienna, that they issued the warning, don't eat anything out of Monterey Bay. Donna can witness it. The pink lady runs, you know, famous, walks right by me. Donna says, you know, a couple people caught a couple of sardines, and I went to talk to them. What's Fukushima? Very next words out of the mouth, I start talking to leukemia. Oh, my dad died of leukemia, 2012. Hey, man? Yeah. Bone marrow transplant? Yeah. Wow. I'm fucking heartbroken, I gotta tell you. Greatest ecological catastrophe. Fucking Pacific Ocean be fucking mass fucking murder and no one gives a fuck. No one. Fucking no one. No one. You know? Somebody says we need this fucking great attorney to protect you, Kevin, to fucking help you, whatever. Jerry Spence was the last. They're extinct. the real love of the ocean marine biologists, they're extinct. The great environmentalists, Wallace Stegner, gone, extinct. Greenpeace doesn't care. I fought with Greenpeace, actual physical confrontation on the pier. At Huntington Beach, they don't care. Sleeping on the fucking cliff at Gorda. 50 million people in California. Right off the fucking one. Not a car, not another person, not another life. It's all extinct. I'll tell you, I've never been so fucking sad. Never. 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 You know, I don't know that you can even correlate this with any time in human history. I don't know where to go. I don't know. I really don't even know what to do. My mind's just been spinning the last few days. It's unarguable. I hypothesized it. I hoped that it would never happen. I prayed that it would never happen. But it's happening. In a big, big, dramatic way. Wow. Humanity go on without her? I don't know. I don't know, but it's sure fucking sad that my little grandson's not going to be able to see it, feel it, taste it, smell it. You know, I'm shaking. I can remember, I mean, so vivid in my brain, that smell. You know, the marsh, it's gone. The smell of the marsh is gone here. The marsh is gone here on the edge of the Great Salt Lake. It's gone. It's been gone for a long time. Stand tuna, where do we go? I don't know. I honestly don't fucking know. You know, I'm the artist. I'll keep painting. I'll keep doing my art, my conceptual art. You know, I got some plans that, you know, no museum will let me in, so I'm going to do my own museum. I'm working on it. You know, I always fall back on my art. I always fall back on my books and my paintings for the old masters. Stand tuned.